Olivia Christian, the host of The Game Last Night Cap.
We made back
You need to
over.
find her on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, and make sure you're catching up on all that. But you've seen him before, or you know who he is, I should say.
I haven't seen him in person. I've seen YouTube videos. My boyfriend's a guitarist, so he always is like finding folks who are amazing. And this guy's really good. He's really good.
Okay, good. Gary Clark Jr. I had to check him out.
I think I'm not allowed to win tickets though, right? Because I'm his.
You're not allowed. That is accurate. You are not allowed. You talk about people that are awesome. Well, clearly no one is more awesome here on Keegan Murray Appreciation Day than the Sacramento Kings new rookie, Keegan Murray. We talked a little bit about the game last night once it was over. No pun intended, or absolutely pun intended. We talked a little bit about Keegan Murray last night. Now that we hope his summer league career is over, what do you think about the Kings new rookie here?
I think he's surprised everyone. I'm very excited by his
new
game.
Rookie as opposed to an old rookie. I don't know why I kept framing it as a new rookie. Like, I don't know who the old rookie is, but you know what I mean.
Maybe old in age, but they just get into the league. Kind of.
I don't know.
But I really,
older in age, yes. A little older.
I like his game. I watched the game last night. Let's just keep throwing that in there. And he's obviously been playing really well this summer league. But I like the way that he plays. He plays within himself. Doesn't look like he's trying to do too much. He's trying to showboat. He's trying to, make all these crazy passes. And he just plays within his game. He seems very smart and confident in his game. And I think it'd be super complimentary to all the moves that have been made this postseason. And I'm excited for the season. I'm managing my expectations, but I like he's coming in to add to it. He doesn't have to be the man right now. He just needs to play within himself. And I'm sure it's going to be very advantageous to the team to have him on the court.
Guys, I feel like we're all doing it. We're all being responsible. And that's fine. That's okay. I understand being responsible. But the man just put up like 22 a night in the summer league as a rookie. We went down the list of the other rookies who have done this, in the past. And these are some, I'm not saying he's an all-star, but these are all-star players that have done these things. He's got like one of the top 10 point per game averages by rookies in summer league. I know we're being responsible, but let's not forget. You said it best. Let's not forget to be excited. This could be something right here. King might have got one right here. I'm hyped.
I think it's good to be hyped. I've been saying this for 7 months or so that I've been on the show. Take your wins where you can. I think it's fun to celebrate what he's done this summer, and he's exceeded expectations. His stat line is unmatched right now. So I think we should be excited, but also be excited by the fact that he's not going to have this pressure on himself to be the man in Sacramento. That's still Fox and Sabonis. They've got to produce. And as a young man coming in, like I said, he plays within himself. And I think that will be stabilizing for Fox and for Sabonis to have people who play within their possibility and don't try to do too much. So, yeah, I think it's time to get excited. But also, I'm just a cautiously optimistic person. I want good things. We all want good things for the Kings. We're seeing good things right now. We've seen some amazing moves being made with bringing Monk in and Herter. Like, I expect good stuff. But definitely I think we should be celebrating Summer League.
We don't need to be cautious. Let's just start planning parades. Let's get the big 3.5 liter bottles of Luke Belaire on ice ready for our parties this season.
Bring him out here, Brett. Bring him out.
Let's we don't have to temper anything. Like, we could be excited. And you brought up a good point there, talking about how stabilizing that could potentially be, the way Keegan Murray plays, how stabilizing that could potentially be for, you mentioned Fox and Sabonis, but particularly De'Aaron Fox, because what was the word that we kept hearing surrounding what De'Aaron Fox wanted? Structure. Well, even I, who was a fan of all of Jaden Ivey's film, like, Jaden probably was a bit of a wild card when you factor him into the offense. Like, he was probably going to do a lot of creating. You're going to get to see that if you watch the Detroit Pistons and all that. But Keegan might very literally be a structure guy. Like, he is a guy who, you talk about playing within himself, having a role, understanding his role, and understanding his fit with this team. very literally could be the perfect rookie for De'Aaron Fox.
And I would imagine any rookie would love to go into that circumstance where they're not being thought of as the person that's going to save an organization. Some rookies, some individuals in the league like that. But it takes some time to actually be that. But I'm glad that he gets to walk in and, again, walk in with confidence about his game and know that the team has made moves to put him in a position to be successful and to allow De'Aaron Fox to just kind of relax. I kind of felt like he was always trying to figure it out and what's going to happen, who's going to be on tonight, who's not. And he can just kind of relax in that role of, opening up the court for everyone and letting them do what they do, as opposed to trying to figure it out on the cuff. It felt like a lot of trying to figure it out on the cuff for me. Not out of plays being run and who's on tonight, who's not on tonight. But today, with the new coaching set, I feel confident in what they're going to be able to put together in the new season.
That's kind of what Paolo is, though, Casey. Like, Paolo don't want to go fit in. Paolo's like, no, I'm going to change the universe with the way that I play.
Absolutely. That's why we love Paolo. That's
100%. Yeah, no, that's it. That's why we thought before the draft he was the number 1 overall pick.
They never talk about when we get it right.
Never.
They never talk about when we get it right.
They just want to take screenshots of. They just want to take screenshots of my reaction on draft night instead of. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I thought we scrubbed the internet of all of that stuff. Need to call Olivia Pope and get her to scrub the internet of any pre-draft conversations.
First 2 seasons, Olivia Pope, because it just got real weird. She was held hostage.
It got a little weird. It did get weird.
Like,
she turned heel too.
Yeah, she did.
Olivia turned heel.
Man, just the first 2 seasons of Scandal were so good.
Yep. And
then it just got crazy. But I digress.
I watched them all.
Oh no, I didn't stop the series. No.
Twice.
I didn't stop it. I had to see Olivia Pope and how everything turned out.
Olivia Pope is why the name Olivia is wildly popular now. There were no little license plates and toothbrushes with my name on it when I was a kid. I was always called Oliver or Olive Oil.
Oh my!
Now everywhere I turn, it's Olivia. Even my niece's middle name is Olivia. It's all over the place. Thank you.
I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what happened with the name Jasmine. It had a renaissance after Aladdin. I think I remember that with Princess Jasmine. Yeah, everybody's named Jasmine after that.
Yeah, Damien's never had a renaissance. Like the 80s pretty much killed it between Jake the Snake and the Omen. Like that thing. That's why I think that's why I got into radio, so I could be. I need to change my name somehow. No renaissance for Damien.
We talked earlier about Keegan Murray and his demeanor, right? His low-key demeanor. And I'm the guy, I want the person that's going to dunk and yell at the crowd, get everybody hyped into the timeout. Obviously, that doesn't seem like it's going to be Keegan. It's not really been De'Aaron Fox as of late. Maybe with Malik Monk here, he goes back to what he was doing in that way in Kentucky. But they do have a guy in that who does that in Malik Monk. He's that type of guy. And we talked about poise and staying poised, but having a balance. And I feel like Keegan being able to be the type of player that he is, De'Aaron being the type of player he is, but somebody like Malik Monk coming and bringing the energy for them. I feel like it's almost a perfect blend. Like you don't want too many guys that are just running around crazy, yelling and not staying focused. And I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. But I don't really want guys that are just acting like it's a library in there the entire time either. Seems like it's the perfect blend. What do you think about that as far as team building, having those type of guys on your team?
I agree with you. You can't have everybody running around like that. You need some calmness, some consistency, some guys who could really pull people back in and reel it in when it gets a little out of control. Mm-hmm. And I do think every team does need that one person, at least one, maybe two, somebody coming off the bench, but one person who can really get the energy up, get them encouraged, have them bring the fight back to the game. I know, there are a number of players like Fox who are just kind of chill, and that is not my jam. Like I need people to feel like it's do or die every night. You want to see them go hard to the paint. You want to see them cheering each other on. You want to see them get down on defense, and you need that kind of energy because it is contagious. Even for quiet guys, when they see other people on the court, other guys that they look up to who come in and when they step on the court, they've got that energy, they step up too. But you can't have everybody out there doing that because then it's a mess. But I like the balance that they have right now in terms of personality. And I think Keegan coming to the Kings and the role that he's going to play is perfect for his personality from what I know thus far. So I like that Monk's going to be able to play that role for everybody and hopefully get a couple of other guys who are coming off the bench to play that role from when he's rotated out. We need somebody else to bring that energy sometimes.
Shout out to the homie Isaiah Thomas. If you're listening, keep pushing, trying to get this done. Isaiah would be perfect. Let's get to the difficult questions. You're kind of the tiebreaker. I need to know how you feel about the Summer League championship rings.
I thought you were going to ask me about thighs, but okay.
Oh no, we weren't gonna. No, wasn't gonna ask you about thighs. And boy, there
be broken there.
Boy, there's some context needed for that. But no, I was going to.
If you know, you know. If you
that's
know,
why
you
it's
know.
Again. That's why it's important. You can't miss episodes. If you do, like this whole thing falls apart if you miss a single episode. Like you've got to listen every day.
True.
No, we can save the thigh discussion. But I'm Summer League championship rings. You with it?
I think it's wild, especially when you compare it to the WNBA MVP trophy.
The little tea kettle that they got.
It was the size of a Dundee. Dundee's might even be bigger than that.
Those are prestigious. Trophy. Those Dundees are prestigious.
Do you know what we're talking about, Casey? Do you know what a Dundee is?
Absolutely. It's embarrassing. I was so upset. I saw a picture of it the other day. I got so upset all over again.
No, don't try to change the subject. Do you know what a Dundee is?
I thought you meant, do I know what a
no, do you know? No, she asked you, do you know what a Dundee is?
No, what's a Dundee?
Right.
Oh.
It's episode 1 of season 2. It's ridiculous that you can't get that far. It's the first episode of the second season. The Dundies. Goodness.
What is it? Is it a teapot? What's a Dundee?
It's an award that Michael gives out to people in the office.
Dunder Mifflin is where they work, and they have an annual event at Phillies.
Ryan got best looking in the office. Pam got whitest shoes. I can't tell you what Phyllis got. That might be a little bit inappropriate, or at least she was supposed to win. She was supposed to win the busiest Beaver award, but there was a misprint on the Dunder Mifflin award or on the Dundee. So I'll let you figure out what that is for yourself. But
for the Dundies.
I don't know why y'all hating on the. Okay, 1, don't hate on the Summer League ring. 2, perfectly okay to hate on Kelsey Plum's WNBA MVP All-Star Game MVP award.
Yeah, I guess those things don't have to be mutually exclusive. I just feel like it's a lot to be giving out diamond rings for Summer League. That maybe just a ribbon or something.
And a tea kettle for
give them a t-shirt and a hat. And call it a day. Take a team picture and call it a day. What do we need a ring for Summer League?
It could be just that we're haters. I would like a diamond ring for playing in the summertime. That would be amazing. But it just seems like a lot. Like you have too much money.
It's a little extra. Like it's fine. It's a little extra, but like why not?
No rings.
I would be okay if they donated their rings to improve the WNBA All-Star Game trophy, though. I would be okay.
I mean,
Kelsey Plum's face was spectacular. Like, what do I do with that?
Who
That's
is
where
in control of that?
keys. You can keep it by the front door, stick her car keys in there so she doesn't walk out without them. That's pretty much all you can do with that. Maybe take shots out of it. It was so tiny.
Who's the
you guys
commissioner of the WNBA?
Come again?
Who's
the commissioner of the WNBA?
Kathy Egert?
I don't know her last name.
Do better,
I think it's Kathy. Yeah. Well, that might not be her. She should have been the one who said, "Nope, we're not doing that."
Yes, that's my point.
Somebody down the line should have been, okay, what are we doing? What are we giving away? How big are these things? Something, how big is the confetti chunks? How loud is the music? We want to make sure when these pictures are taken, it's not disrespectful or humiliating to the person standing there with the trophy in her hand. And they didn't do it.
No, they didn't. And Kelsey Plum is a star. You should see some of like the Seattle Storms no, you know who had the Sparks had really bad ones when Lisa Leslie's Sparks team won their championship rings were like wedding bands.
I was going to say,
like you could legit rock them every day and no one would know what it was.
Wow.
And truth be told, y'all might not like this. That changed in 2005. because that was the Maloof's championship.
Mm.
And they're like, all right.
They turned up.
It was a $12,000 ring that they gave to the players. And and there are a lot of people like Kenny's Golden State Warriors championship ring. There are a lot of people who got rings like that and rings very, very close to it. But that Sacramento Monarchs championship ring was the first one that looked like a championship ring that you don't wear, that you put away.
Yeah. Well, that's why the All-Star thing needs to be now. Change it. All-Star MVP.
They gotta fix it. Did you watch the WNBA All-Star weekend game?
I didn't. My sister was in town. We went to Orange County for a wedding. I was checking in on festivities, but I had to watch the highlights and what have you. And
started too damn early.
Way too early.
Yeah, when I did, why is the game on? And the Saturday night stuff was like Saturday.
There was no. I got an alert that Allie Quigley won the 3-point shootout. I was like, it's like noon.
Yeah, I mean,
they made lunch yet. What is happening?
Once again, one of the frustrations that I have with the WNBA and the NBA is that it feels like the NBA's they dip their toe in the WNBA water instead of just take it over, like just take it over. And somebody mentioned there's no reason, in my opinion, and they can do this every year. It doesn't have to travel. There's no reason why the WNBA All-Star game and All-Star weekend should not have been in Las Vegas this weekend. That is the perfect scenario.
That's been discussed. So I think our guy at ESPN, who used to do the morning show, tweeted that. And then LeBron co-signed it. And that's cool. Like, that's dope. The idea was holding the WNBA All-Star game at the same time as Summer League. That way,
the first weekend of Summer League,
everyone is here.
Right.
Like, everybody is here, and you're having the All-Star game at, T-Mobile or whatever, and everybody comes through, and it gets a lot more attention. It gets a lot more of everything by doing that. And with all due respect to, I forgot my man's name, and I'm so sorry. And it's cool that LeBron co-signed it. Carol Lawson brought that up like 10 years ago to the WNBA. Like, this has been discussed before. Mm-hmm. Why they don't do it, I don't have an answer. But the idea, it's sometimes I feel like they're scared of exposure. Like they're scared of like, hey, you know what? This works. Let's do this. Because if you got LeBron co-signing this and now you're like, okay, if you're not going to listen to your players, will you at least listen to that one? I mean, holding the WNBA All-Star game in Las Vegas every year that Summer League is taking place, we ain't missing a Summer League moving forward.
No, facts. And real quick on my bad. One of the things that I think a lot of people, clamor for or say it needs to happen is the NBA stars embracing. They are more than willing to embrace the WNBA.
They already
and show up and be at the games and wear the gear and say, hey, go watch this player. Go. They're more than willing. Why not take advantage of that when they're all like, please bring it here so we can go, we can we can attend.
Orange hoodies became a thing because of an NBA player.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with both of you. It does seem like they're afraid of success or afraid of just doing the thing.
They're afraid of growing.
Isn't this what we want? We don't want to have to send players to Russia and other places to make real money. We want them to be able to stay here, to stay safe, to stay unjailed. And that will only happen if you truly invest in great opportunities to bring more eyeballs to the game. And going to Las Vegas every summer would be a wonderful thing for them. But
that was the best thing they did All-Star weekend. They came out after halftime and everyone had Brittany Grinder's jersey on. That was dope. That was dope.
But once again, the game was too early.
Yeah, the game. I feel like they cater a lot towards like younger like they want kids to be a part of it. They give away thousands of tickets to, young fans. And I feel like that might be part of the reason that they do it, where NBA All-Star Weekend is as adult as it gets. That is very, very adult. WNBA All-Star Weekend, I think they gear it towards like they try to, their outreach stuff. And I think that's part of the reason the game is so early. But admittedly, I think I agree that it's a fail. Yeah. It doesn't work.
maybe it's geared towards kids. I mean, they're trying to educate young girls and young boys about the game and how girls play. Some of these players are also moms, so they have kids. But it's not like the dads in the NBA don't bring their families.
Right.
Yes, NBA All-Star Weekend is very adult, but there are ways that WNBA can do both. They can do both. But I think when you separate it that way, where the game's early in the day, it's in some other city, we're distracted because we've got summer league, you are setting yourself up for making it more difficult to get eyeballs. The ratings were very low this year, even after coming off of a great Final Four for the women's tournament. They had a lot of attention around draft day. The season is starting, a lot of attention on the WNBA because of Brittany Griner. And instead of capitalizing on that attention and, creating opportunity for more eyeballs to be seen, watching this game and watching the whole weekend, it's on after Sunday or Saturday morning cartoons. And no, we're cleaning our house or we're at a pre-wedding brunch like I was. Just
AAU tournament. Man, we're not around at 10 a.m. We're at an AAU tournament. Real quick before Olivia goes, I wanna make this comment, see what she has to say. Damian, see what you have to say as well. Because I don't know if I'm gonna talk to you. Well, we're not gonna talk to you before it actually happens. We'll talk about it after. Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Coming up on Tuesday. They're a little weak, the home run derby and all this other stuff. And we talk about it all the time with Major League Baseball. They need to get more hip. They need to get more hip. I defend them a lot more than other people. I say, I look at some of the stuff they do. I look at the way they kind of celebrate this person and that person. And they, have these commercials with, a little baby track behind it. They celebrate it. This is where they say, we talk about the WNBA and not embracing success. This is where the Major League Baseball says, let's not forget, we don't want to go down that road on this situation because they have the biggest stage that they have until October right now with this home run derby and All-Star weekend or All-Star game. When was the last time they had a hip hop artist on either one of those events? They refuse to do it. And this is the hang up with Major League Baseball on their biggest stage. They say, yeah, it's cool to give you a little commercial and we'll pander to that. But when it comes to all the eyeballs watching, no disrespect, we're going to Gary Clark. Sweetie can throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. She ain't performing at the home run derby. What do you think about that, Olivia?
Oh man, it's hard because Gary Clark is amazing, but his fans don't look like the three of us. Most of his fans look like other folks. And it is upsetting that Major League Baseball will not fully embrace the love that hip hop culture has for it. And that's why it's dying off. If you keep rejecting us, we're not going to show up. Mm-hmm. I think, Kenny, you and I like baseball because we grew up loving it. And there's really not a lot that could happen that would make us reject the game at this point. So they're trying to hang on to those few people who still love it no matter what, and are shy about trying to embrace the reality of how baseball was successful, was embracing big-time African-American stars like Deion Sanders and his big personality and hip-hop artists who are wearing the hat. I don't know what that is. I think they're afraid of old people, 70-plus-year-olds who still like to quote stats around Babe Ruth. Like, it doesn't matter to them. I mean, the reason why they don't make that many commercials anyway, for older folks is because once you get to a certain age, you're locked into your brands. You already know what toothpaste you're going to buy by the age 12, 13 years old. Whatever your mom bought, that's what you're going to get. Major League Baseball needs to evolve. Obviously, we've had this conversation before, into thinking about who their audience could be and then speak to them. But they're still holding on to these, prune commercials and Cialis because they're all trying to talk to people who are retired and fall asleep during the game. And it's maddening to me because there's so many opportunities there.
Yeah.
Wake up screaming at the TV. What the hell is this?
Is it already the seventh inning? What happened to my after? Yeah.
What the hell is, and who is Sweetie? Maybe a little bit more now.
The Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game are on ESPN 1320. Make sure you seek out the game last night cap from Olivia Christian on all of her social media platforms. Olivia, we appreciate you.